Hello, this is Patrick from XPression. I'd like to show you a new feature of XPression Maps 3.4 and higher, the ability to add an inset or picture-in-a-picture map to your XPression Maps designs. So here I am in XPression Maps, and what I've been asked to do is create a template that I can use that will make my maps show both a specific location and a general idea at the same time. So I'm going to go ahead, I'm going to do this really quick. I'm going to go to my search editor, and I'm going to go ahead and search for Centennial Olympic Park. And when I click search, it kind of takes me in there. I'm going to back this up just a little bit, and you'll see why in a minute. I want to see basically what the outline of the state of Georgia is going to be on this map. So I'm zooming back, and I'm going to position this kind of where I want it to be, because it's going to be the template for how I create what I'm going to do. And this is something I'm going to use quite a bit. Now, I'm going to go ahead and set this up and design it. And it's a drawing toolbox item. So I'm in my drawing toolbox. I'm going to click on the new button, and the dialog box appears for new drawing toolbox. So I'm going to click and choose from there Inset from the list of pull down choices. And I'm going to call this Inset Pip. And it's an inset is the type. I'm going to leave the effect alone because I don't think I need to do anything with it right now. I want to put a locator icon on here. These are also known as markers in other spots in the application. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to choose something from my bullets catalog here. I have one I want to use called map marker. It's kind of a pin. So I'm going to select that, put that in. I'm going to change the default scale of that to 7.0. That'll be pretty good. I want to add a shadow to this because, again, it's going to be a box of content that's going to appear above the rest of my maps. I'm going to say it's going to be a black 50%. I'm going to change the angle from 45 to 55. And I'm going to leave the distance alone. It's okay. I'm going to make the blur 4. The other thing I want to do is I want to put a border around this, basically a box. This kind of gives it the old DVE style look that I want to do. And this is, I'm going to use TV white is my border, and I'm going to choose it to be 2 pixels wide. Perfect. I'm going to click done. Now, this is my main map. This is where I'm going to put the specific information in just a minute. What I want to do is I want to be able to move the map around and have this new inset not move. So the trick to do that is to put it on what we call the overlay layer. So I'm going to come down below the viewport, and there's a checkbox right here next to the camera choices marked overlay. And I'm going to choose it. And once I've done that, that inset pip that I created, I'm going to take it, I'm going to drag it out onto my map, and it's going to be sitting there. And I'm going to grab it on the corners, and I'm going to scale it up a bit. And you can kind of see what this is taking shape as. Now, I want this to be a different style. We've had some tools in the past with doing what we call locators or magnifiers, where I can only use Bing Maps content. What is nice is I can do just about anything here now. So I'm going to click on top on the menu toolbar. There's a window button here called Enter Full Screen. I'm going to click on it, and that brings my inset window to full screen. Now I can do whatever I want here. I treat this as if I'm building another map. So I'm going to come over here on the map styles, and I've created one called Inset. So I'm going to go find it off my list and choose it. I'm going to back myself out just a little bit. Perfect. Now, what I want to do in this map is I want to add the state of Georgia. So I did my search for Centennial Park a little bit ago, and one of the choices that came up in the search related shapes, since I have the filter for country, states, and regions here, is the state of Georgia. I'm going to double click on it. And when I do, I've got a goofy thing going on here. I'm getting a text label, but the other thing it's giving me is the default map style that I have for a state, which I could change later, but I'm going to keep what I have here now. But I am going to change it in overall. So I'm going to go to the shape editor, and I'm going to click on Georgia from my list, and you see why in a second. I'm going to choose here. I've also created an inset style for selected states. So there you go. You can see now it's kind of bold. I have a pretty good view of what that's going to look like, and I'm good with it. I'm going to change my zoom level to 48. I think that's better size. I'm going to move this up a little bit north. I'm going to center it in my action safe and title safe here. I'm going to put it right in the middle. And I'm paying attention to where the pin is, and I'm putting it right now just in the center of the map. Now, I'm going to click Leave Full Screen and watch what happens. I now have this sitting up in the top right corner. Again, I can put this any place, and I can do whatever I want with it. It's up to me. I'm going to do one other thing. I'm going to go to the Drawing Editor tab, and I'm going to change the aspect ratio, and I'm literally putting my cursor on the far right side and I'm pressing the down arrow, and I'm going to make this 1.33. That kind of fits what my design and drawing is going to be. So this is perfect. Now what I want you to notice, if I turn off overlay and I move my map around, notice that the pin is moving. Now I'm going to come back to my search editor because I'm on my main map, and I'm going to double click on Centennial Park from my list here, and I'm going to also right click and do add name to map, and that puts it in there. And the map style text label that I have here is nice, but I want to change one thing. I'm going to double click on the label, and I'm going to backspace out the comma GA for state of Georgia, and I'm also going to put a carriage return between Centennial and Olympic Park to make this a 2-line title. So what I've got now is a very specific location in the main map, and I've got a very general location on the inset map. And again, what I want you to understand, if I look at this, I'm going to mark this as a keyframe so I can get back to it, and I'm going to move my cursor down to 120, and I'm going to do a quick search for Albany, Georgia, GA. Watch what happens when I click the search button to make it go to that location. Keep an eye on the pin on the state of Georgia. Notice it moved to that location in the map. So I could have this put together and do whatever I want with that inset, make it whatever style, whatever look I want to give to it, and that locator or marker is going to trail and follow wherever the location is of my main map.